Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Hands up! You need team!
I got one! Hey, watch it! Shoot!
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, 76 yards, and they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. Play action. Now Jackson. Got a man. It's Brown. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on 3rd down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long. Now Jackson on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on. How about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
Dancing to his left, and the pressure gets to him again. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Man open, that's Jaleel Scott. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, Let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Geno Atkins has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll run on second down with Cohen. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. Jackson from the shotgun. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 34-yard line. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. First down, a run with Cohen. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll go as a loss of 5, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Mike, 56, right there. Okay, just like that. Just like that. Mike, 56.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And an alley to run. A heck of an effort there on the scramble. Leaves him with just 3rd and a yard.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Ingram again, a first down carry. And not much, maybe a yard down to the 23.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
50 seconds to Mike.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Got an open man, it's Scott. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2, as they go to work on a first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Tariq Cohen with touchdown number 7 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Emmanuel Ogbah just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Here comes Cohen. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now Jackson. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
The Ravens on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Jackson to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Dalton now to pass. Looking for Boyd, and he's got him. Touchdown, Bengals. Tyler Boyd, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Bullock good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays. Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Push him back.
This is Cohen. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football. They'll try and run for it with Hill. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And And finally down at the 9-yard line. And they will finally get to him down at the Bengals' 9. Well, hello. I mean, it took him a while to get him a rep, but that's quite an introduction to this game.
And not just hello. How about goodbye to the defense as he went past him? Big-time run on his first carry of the game.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Tariq Cohen with his second touchdown here in this first half, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Tucker with the extra point, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check 26, check 26. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Check, check. 40.
Mixon. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle him up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to slip through. Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
You got it. You got it.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Hey, dude. Let's go. Hey.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Dalton. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. 27 yards there, a first down. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, got stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal.
Well, Brennan, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Another try for Mixon, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Passing, it's Dalton. The quick slant caught. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They come out here in the eye. Well, field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal.
Rush in, rush in. Rush 61, matchbox lights.
They run for it with Mixon, and he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are able to regain the lead. extra point up and good by Bullock. And the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Here's Jackson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by B.W. Webb. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Mixon with a first down carry. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon as the first half is winding down. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Check 13. Check 13.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll run. This is Hill. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Second and 12 at the 37-yard line.
It's been a long day for you.
They go play action now. Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 12 yards there and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now it's Jackson. And he's going to go down again. Caleb Brantley, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And some strong running. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
At the 20-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Check it back.
Again, it's Mixon. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
44. 44. There you go.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Going deep downfield for Ross. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. It's been a struggle for him accruing yards in this game passing the football. So there he said, hey, I'm going to try to chuck it deep, but another incompletion.
Has to be a little bit frustrating because of what you just described. It's been a struggle for him here in the second half, hoping for one big shot to get him out of the doldrums.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Caleb Brantley picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Throwing is Jackson. And he's going to have the hook up to Scott. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. There's Jackson on 3rd and long. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire them.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Geno Atkins in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving him past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Play action. It's Jackson. Flush to his right. Open man here is Scott, complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A first down there on a pickup of 25. They'll go with Hill here on first down. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Right there, 56. That's right, baby.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson, that is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Jaleel Scott, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and they're within 7 now at 28-21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Hands up, Lee! 368! Rager. Under 10. Hey, wahoo!
Throwing on second down. Dalton, he completes it to Boyd. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
I got him. Take four. Tighten up. Kill.
Again, it's Mixon. And some space here. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Oh, fighting off the defender. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Jackson now. Escaping the pressure right. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
The Ravens on third down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Cohen. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6. Job 1 to pick up the first down is complete. That was a big third down conversion, but they got to watch the clock. It's starting to become their enemy a bit here in a 2-score game.
Which means they have to pick up the pace, right? The tempo has to be up. And what they do is they tell the quarterback in his helmet, hey, listen, when we pick up the first down here, tell everyone we're going. We're moving now to 2-minute offensive phase, and everyone on the bench area, they're waving them along too. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
And the play goes for 19 yards, gives them a new set of downs. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 43. Hill going to try the right side. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Play action. Now Jackson. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked up by Sean Williams. And a short return to the 6-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense. But they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 20, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, 94 yards. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. Bullock good on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10.
Let's go.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand.
He's going to go, Albert Wilson. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Albert Wilson, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer. Tucker with the extra point, and that will get him one closer. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. The Bengals drive about to get going, and a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all three timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Check 25, check 25, check 3, check.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground, and he powers his way up past the 30. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
Heavy.
Watch the whip.
Check 9.
Check. Lucky. He's
Two like you. Move.
Crash. Slam. Kill.
Check 5.
They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Ladies.
We got this. Big dash. Go. Alert flare. Safe. Hey, alert 3. Switch it. Come on.
Now it's Mixon running right. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Got a man, it's Brown.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
So look at this. They'll go for a field goal now to get within a score. This to get it back to a one-score game. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So there is still time, a little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Elsewhere, a fourth quarter score now from Tampa. And now that one really widening up. The Bucs have just scored again. A victory there would mean they're 6th on the year. They'll run on first down. Mixon The UCLA product, Kenny Young, had the tackle. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. The game was